This is Corinne Conrino, aka Suburban Time Waster, and as you can see, I'm not only back in Disney Dreamlight Valley, but back in Beast Castle. Well, the reason I'm starting here is because, one, I want to get Lumiere and Cogsworth, like, really fast. Hopefully, I don't have that much to do. Wouldn't be ironic if I only got them in 5 minutes. Might as well make it a short, huh? Well, when I started the game at my house, I took a backtrack into that floating island special because I was curious about what the circle was showing in the plaza. And, well, when it told me that I could fast travel out of there, I just went straight to Beast Castle. Now let's see what Lumiere wants.
Enchanté.
I finished redecorating and found another key. There's another page, too. How fascinating. What does the page say? It says, if at first you haven't succeeded, then my advice you should have heeded. Sacre bleu! La Dame Blanche is mocking us! The book eludes us, but yet she sends us a page at a time. No luck finding the book on home care then? No. I've searched everywhere and not a trace. Did you check in the back of the closet? I've looked in every spot of the castle that I can. Wait, are there parts of the castle you can't search? Well, there's the West Wing. His Highness's private rooms are there. I cannot possibly enter while he is away. Leave it to me. Thank you for your discretion, my friend. I was so close to picking the, oh no, the West Wing option, but I decided to be brave. Let us hope the book is indeed in the West Wing.
Now go, be bold, daring.
Yeah. Truth is, it's been a busy day for me. I was only like a couple minutes shy of 7 hours of sleep, and well, I had to take my car into the shop to get the oil changed, a state inspection, and while I was there, I noticed the tire pressure was low, so I refilled the tires. And yeah, that's the garden, not the West Wing. And not just that, but I was doing some contemplation. Well, I've told you before about how let me see. Am I allowed to open that? Oh boy. I gotta sell a lot of junk in here. Anyway, I told you about how, Anyway, I told you about how this memory was plaguing me about back in my Lorax days. Hold on. Well, back in my Lorax days, the whole thing with the fanfic and that girl who got mad at me because, well, I was kind of honest about fanfics and I didn't share her views. And, well, my beta reader treated me like I was the bad guy. He said it'd be best if I stayed away from her. And, well, hold on. Well, the whole memory just started coming back to me after I quit my job. Anyway, well, I went through this process of getting over it and then getting upset by it. And, well, first what happened was, I'll tell you after I talk to Lumiere.
Welcome.
I have the book, but it's in pretty bad shape.
Impossible.
Oh no! This will not do. I dare not open the book in its precarious condition. Can we never turn the page on this mystery? Literally and figuratively, I mean. What if we get somebody to repair the book? But who understands this kind of work? Belle. She loves books, and I'm sure she's fixed some of them.
Oh, that is
but
brilliant.
Of course, why did I not think of that?
Oh.
Wait, if you visit Mademoiselle Belle, you will see His Highness. And he might be very upset to learn what has been happening here. I could just tell him that you and Cogsworth have started a business renting out rooms to tourists. Sacre bleu! You must not joke about such things! I fear His Highness will not see the humor and believe it could be true. But please, do go see if Mademoiselle Belle can help repair the book, and give her and His Highness our best regards.
We must see each other again soon.
I did not mean to pick that up. Anyway, as I was saying, first thing that happened, it was... Well, I posted a chapter. Actually, I had a habit of deleting it, that Lorax story, and bringing it back on fanfiction. I only had like 2 chapters up on fanfiction.net, but I had like 6 chapters up in an archive on AO3. So what I did was I sort of copy-pasted the 3rd chapter off of AO3, copied the 3rd chapter off of AO3. It's my book, so it's my story, so no laws broken. I didn't steal from anyone except myself. Well, anyway, I copied and pasted onto fanfiction.net and left a whole author's note explaining the whole situation, how I just needed some closure. And I also said I was going to continue the fanfic. Anyway, somebody left a review on there. They were saying saying they were sorry I faced such toxicity, and that they were happy I was continuing the fic, and well, I ended up looking at, I responded to that, yeah, thanking them and explaining some of the toxic situations that went down. Now I explained maybe I have been a little too forward about my views. But yeah, then, and this was before I looked at her profile. Well, anyway, I looked at her profile. Remember how that Lorax girl is like dedicated Christian, believer in purity culture? And thanks to my Tolan Rose, I now know that's called purity culture. Well, it turned out she had some of the exact same beliefs. I mean, I was seeing like a lot of stuff about saving yourself for marriage. One of the few teens would stick up for God, and a pro-life thing, and even this like a manipulative story that was just awful. It was a manipulative story about religion and purity culture, and let me put it this way: if I even summarized it here, I would have to make this video adult only. If I make a Disney Dreamlight Valley video adult only, people are going to be looking at me like I'm nuts. Well, metaphorically looking, they can't see me through the TV, through the screen.
Hello.
It's good to see you, Corinne. I heard you were visiting the castle. You've been gone a long time. Cogsworth and Lumiere send their regards. They've been a little busy. Busy? With what? I'm gonna tell them the truth. They're investigating a mystery. Oh, what kind of mystery? That sounds exciting. More like a waste of time. They should be keeping the castle in good order, not playing make-believe. You're right. I'll let them know that next time I see them. Please don't be so hard on them. Lumiere and Cogsworth must be so bored now that you're away. Yes, and they found a book of advice on how to take care of the castle. I see. Oh, but it's badly damaged. I was hoping you knew how to fix it. All it takes is some patience and a little glue. Here, Mr. McDuck sold this to me. It's very handy for fixing books. Yo, boy. Well, I never wanted that in the first place. Thanks, Val. I was wondering, perhaps they could join us here in the valley? Your castle will be fine, and they so deserve a break. I'll fix a book to help them do that. See you soon. Au revoir.
You're here.
Yeah, sorry if my French is a little off. I took one French class in the 6th grade and got kicked out for bad behavior. My parents had moved me against my will. Well, actually, my dad moved my mom and me against my will, and I was going through some anger issues, so I think I took a lot of it out on some teachers. Anyway, as I was going, like I said, that fanfic profile I came across, I mean, it was like the exact same stuff from the old Lorax girl from before. And I told my Tolan Rose this, and it was like same script, different cast. But at first I realized I didn't have the same reaction. I started thinking, maybe I'm getting another chance to do it all over again. let them read my fanfic and, well, try to let the message, maybe give them the message a lot better. Start writing the fanfic and lead them away from all this purity culture stuff.
Oh.
I realized, then I talked about it with Rose, and I realized I don't want to go through that again. I mean, my heart is in Ranger Reject, and I want to write what, and I need to write for me, and not just that, but I don't know. I don't want somebody getting angry at me again just for speaking my truth and getting cast as the villain. So I just started writing Ranger Reject, and then I went to see GoldenEye in the theater.
Looks like a beach day to me.
And I saw that scene where
You're never gonna believe me.
I saw a whole thing with Trevelyan and 007. You're wondering how this relates to this? Well, it relates a great deal because in the movie, Trevelyan died, then came back, and then came back from the dead, metaphorically anyway, to pretty much haunt 007, similar to how these memories have been going for me. And like 007, I needed to let go. So I'm picturing that scene. So in my head, I picture that scene with 007, or James Bond, holding Trevelyan by the foot, and he says the words, "For England, James." Like, he said it so sarcastically, but Bond just says, "No, for me," and drops him. And well, I've been replaying that scene over and over in my head. And the memories are Trevelyan. They're always saying something like, and the memories are Trevelyan. And, well, I'm 007. And I dropped the memory, so whatever form they take, and say, "No, for me," whenever they come back. Well, problem is, sometimes I've been forgetting to do that. So eventually I went back to fanfiction.net, and like I said, I don't want to be cast the villain again just for speaking my truth, and I can't just hold back while I'm reading all this toxic and damaging stuff posted by girls. And here's the thing, that purity stuff, that purity culture stuff, that manipulative story I can't cite here for the sake of the rating, and pro-life thing, all of that, it was share and repost if you believe this. And that's the thing. That's the norm on fanfiction. Similar to how that's the norm on that among the episode community, which is why I remember this is why I left the episode community. Because they were pushing toxic values I couldn't support. I realized fanfiction is doing the exact same thing because that's what you see. I mean, never once have I seen something like share and repost if you're against gatekeeping. Share and repost if you think a woman's sexuality should be your own. Or share and repost if you think a woman should have the right to choose what's best for her body. I mean, nothing like that. It's always the opposite damaging direction toward girls, made by girls, posted by girls, and, well, and I realized AO3 doesn't do that, and, well, I fit in better with the AO3 crowd than I do the fanfiction crowd. I just don't want to be I don't want to hold back. I don't want to have to hold my truth back for fear of offending people. And I don't want to be cast the villain just for stating my truth. So I left a note on my fanfiction profile saying that this is archived. All my posting is going to be done on AO3 from now on.
Welcome.
I prepared the book on home care. It looks like the last chapter is a guest book, too. As I suspected, La Dame Blanche thought everything related to hospitality. While you were gone, I prepared this stand. La Dame Blanche will be pleased to see that we've taken care of her book. Great idea, Lumiere. You're always prepared. I'm glad you've noticed, Corinne. Please place the book on the stand so it can be properly displayed.
It is too much.
Now we found the third key. Let's talk to Lumiere.
Uh-huh.
What did you find? A final key for the triple locked box. Bravo! Well, what are we waiting for? Don't just stand there, open it up.
Farewell.
Alright. Masquerade! Oh great, now I got that Phantom of the Opera song stuck in my head.
How
Well then, what was inside the box? An invitation to a masquerade ball and a mask. Gifts from La Dame Blanche. Will you hush about that silly ghost story? We opened this box by restoring her book. Clearly she has created this mystery for someone to find it. Nonsense! This could be a prank from some previous inhabitant of the castle, or an unseen visitor. Exactly, a ghost. You know, I didn't mean... Wait, Corinne, is something wrong? This invitation reminds me of something, but I can't quite remember. It feels magical, but also sad. I have a weird feeling about it.
No.
Cogsworth, what are we doing? We're sorry, Corinne. We never meant to upset you.
dear.
Yes, my apologies. We've been sorely neglecting you. An invitation, a mask? Clearly we must throw a masquerade, and Corinne will be our guest of honor. You're absolutely right. Never mind who put these trinkets here. You must host a masquerade for Corinne.
Bravo, well done.
Now then,
So
Corinne,
good
are
to
you ready
see
for
you.
your most magnificent masquerade party? This is so exciting.
Wonderful.
I'm glad you're pleased.
Do go on.
Now, if you'll excuse me, there's much to do. Please find somewhere to sit while we prepare. Wait, you don't need my help? Of course not. This is our job as your hosts. Lumiere and I, along with the castle staff, will prepare everything while you wait. Oh, that's a change. I'm the one waiting and they're the one doing the work. Usually the other way around. This feels weird. But I want to learn how to be a host too. Please teach me. Are you certain? Proper hosting is far from simple and can take years to perfect. I'd still like to try.
See.
Fine, you can help a little. What should I do? If you insist, would you kindly fetch the fine cutlery? It danced off a little while ago in the direction of the garden cellar. Then set the table. After that, perhaps you should check with Lumiere. After all, our maitre d' should have some dining ideas.
Do take care.
Alright, so now I gotta learn how to play hostess with Cogsworth and Lumiere's hosts. I'm so used to doing stuff, I can't stand just sitting and not doing anything, apparently. I lost Cogsworth. Well, anyway, getting back to the subject, I know those of you who see my Hades 2 Pride Day stream know how I feel about purity culture. I didn't use the words exactly, but, well, the whole concept of women valuing their virginities and seeing it as a gift in the marriage to their husband after marriage, it was basically a concept that this was back when marriage was a business transaction. Daughters were bred to be sold, and wives were meant to be purchased. And it was a form of slavery, and it was very disgusting. More often than not, your fathers would sell their daughters to very screwed up guys. I mean, I'm talking the mountain screwed up. I know, Game of Thrones is fiction, but I think there was some truth in television there. And basically, I'm not saying that, just know that I'm not saying that, I'm not against virginity or anything like that, but I don't really see virginity as a gift at the marriage. It just makes you sound like you're a product to be purchased, you know? Like, you're not going to damage the merchandise before the purchase. And I feel like, as a culture, we've moved far beyond that. Women are no longer products to be sold. And who you are as a person is way more important than whether or not you're a virgin. Any guy who cares about your body count or anything like that is not a guy worth holding on to. And I find the concept there's some women still be manipulating into this, that the fact that being a product, being like a package to be delivered to a man is still being romanticized. But the thing is, it doesn't matter how logically you argue your point, people are still gonna find fault with it. Well, like I said, I don't want to be put into that situation again. So yeah, I found closure over this twice. Now all I gotta do is find the table. I think I walked past it because I walked past the piano too. Hello, Lumiere. Do you need any help with preparing for the party?
Oh.
Of course not, Corinne. I have everything under control. Then let me put it another way. What if La Dame Blanche wants us all to work together to throw the party, or else it doesn't count? That does sound like something a ghost would want. I shall allow you to help me just a little.
Please continue.
One of the dishes I am planning to serve for the party is a charcuterie board. What's a charcuterie board?
Of course.
It's an artistic arrangement of fine foods. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. You may locate the ingredients around the castle, then assemble them and place them on the table.
We must see each other again soon.
Yeah, this is taking a lot longer than I thought. Anyway, what I meant with that whole thing was that purity culture makes it sound like your body belongs, that your body is somebody else's property, and your body is your property. And with that, and I'm afraid my mom's come back home with groceries, so my time wasting has come to an end. Next time I am gonna get Cogsworth and Lumiere in my valley, and I hope you did like this video enough to give it a like. If you want to see more from me, you can hit the subscribe button and hit the little notification bell to stay up to date. Hopefully you'll be able to tune in for my Halloween stream, where I'll be streaming Death Note Killer Within. You can also leave a comment saying whether or not you like this video, whether or not you played Disney Dreamlight Valley. Anything you say will really help the algorithm. And you can also follow me on one of my other social media accounts, which are in the summary. And one of them is Archive of Our Own.